Whoa, where's my light? Oh, whoops.
We would like to acknowledge that this program is created on the lands of the Aboriginal people, and we are very honoured to be partaking in the storytelling traditions on their lands. All right, it's cocktail time. Okay, so Long Island iced tea. Okay, vodka. So we begin with vodka. The Long Island iced tea has incredible amounts of alcohol in it. So 1 shot of vodka. Then we have a shot of gin. You remember several weeks ago I talked about the difference between silver gin and golden gin. I'm using golden gin because there's cola in this recipe. Okay, then we have 1 shot of gin. And then we have a shot of tequila. Okay, and then the last bit of alcohol is triple sec. So we have 1 shot of triple sec. Oh, my shaker is full. Okay, now, just to actually give it some flavour, you need sugar syrup, which if you'll remember I said is just equal parts sugar and water dissolved. So we need a half a shot of that because you don't want too much real stuff mixed in with the alcohol. And then we have a half a shot of lime. And then we have 2 shots of Coke, or cola, sorry. I'm using Diet Coke. And then you're supposed to add ice, but I really don't have any room for ice in that. So I'm just going to, I may not need to really shake it too vigorously either, because I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, shaking and a bit of spillage. All right. Oh, whoa, it smells like some sort of lighter fluid. Okay. So then we pour it into... See, that doesn't even look good. That looks like dirt. It tastes better than it looks. I think it tastes a bit like cola and ginger ale, but I think I'd like it better if it was just cola and ginger ale. But I suspect I'm also going to be very drunk by the end of this. So I guess we will see what happens as the night goes by. But enough of that. It is time for a song. So we are going to go to the wonderful Sara-Rose Millar.
Sitting out here in the Pacific Ocean, the waves lap against your shore. By day you're visited by cruise ships, but in the evening you're alone once more. When the stars all watch you from above, your music plays through the night, hidden out of sight. And when the morning comes you shine with beauty so divine. Release my mind. sit for hours under your palm trees, or swim beyond your beach. Funny airstrips fringed by beach, sat out in the open sea, summer playground of my dreams, endless possibility. Sitting out here in the Pacific Ocean, the waves lap against your shore. By day you're visited by cruise ships, but in the evening you're alone once more. When the stars are watching from above, your music plays through the night, hidden out of sight. And when the morning comes, you shine with beauty so divine. Release my mind. Colors vibrant in the sun, in a land that's lost in time. Nature is the master here, where the breeze invented rhyme. Long Island in perpetual sun, why are you so hard to reach? I could sit for hours under your palm trees, or swim beyond your beach.
Okay, that was beautiful. That was so beautiful. So first of all, do you guys want to tell us a bit about that scene, that moment, what that is in the context of the show?
So that's the metamorphosis scene. So it's all about a little pupa growing and discovering what life is, and slowly, very, very slowly becoming a living being kind of thing.
Okay, beautiful. And I guess that leads me into, does somebody want to just give us a quick précis of what the show is about, or what the experience will be?
I'd say like it's got a lot to do with exploring that relation between reincarnation and connection. This idea that we're all sort of connected in different ways, and that there are very small things that separate us and dictate our choices.
Yep.
And how like we all grow as a result of that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah, Olivia?
I just say, I mean, the storyline is quite simple, just set in old style and scenery. It's kind of people live in old pastoral life. It's very simple, and we have all sorts of different characters and they experience life and death, and just exploring what's the meaning of life. That's sort of thing. Should be fun.
And so we were talking earlier about Noah's role in this, and how this is the first piece of physical theatre. It's Australian Asian with an Asian lead or something. Yeah, you explained it so much better than I.
You understand where. So it's correct. So Noah is a professional physical theater director. He's from China, so he just immigrated here last year. So he met us and joined our little company called Cross Encounters. We just decided to do a show together. It's kind of a physical theater piece combining Chinese and Australian actors under Chinese directors' guidance. We have our great local musician journey, kind of combining Chinese and Western music elements, which you guys heard a little bit. Yeah.
And John O'Byrne is the music side of that equation, I believe. Hello, John.
Hi there. I sort of come in, and my sort of job is to look at the movements and accompany the movements. Part of the music is composed beforehand. the rest of it is improvised. But my main thinking is to try and suggest Chinese instruments and Chinese sort of sounds for certain parts of the show, because this tale is being told kind of in a sort of a cross space, maybe between an Eastern and a Western environment.
Yep.
So rural communities, and they're living in this rather idyllic sort of setting, which is, I don't know, fantasy land. It's not necessarily totally East, not necessarily totally West. So the music has to sort of reflect that, and also, reflect or sort of become in response to the movements of the performers as they're moving around. So there's, set pieces, 4 or 5 in which the theme that I was playing in that previous piece is there, but other parts have to be generated in response to what the actors are doing.
Yep. It does have that slightly, what to my Western ears feels like that Chinese edge and sort of use of the instrument and stuff.
I actually had to develop in studying or getting in time that I had to sort of work out that the Chinese instruments, such as the erhu and the guitars and so on that correspond, they're mainly held this way.
Yes,
They're mainly held this way. So I've adapted that to sort of reflect it. And I have to think about it in a different way and sort of get that sort of thing of,
Yeah, and so it has that slightly more plucking sound than a strumming sound.
That's right. Yeah, I had to sort of sort of calibrate the way I play guitar so to get away from what I'm used to doing, which is your old sort of towards a sort of trying to suggest that idea of sort of just or even the other sort of thing, which is the zither sort of sound, which is that.
It's amazing what a guitar can do. So, Olivia, you may have to translate for us, but Noah, is there any particular, really obvious difference working with the physical theatre artists from Australia than the physical theatre artists in China?
Sure. 那就是Sara 问了，就是觉得您觉得在这边做肢体剧跟在中国做肢体剧有什么特别的不同吗？
我去，我觉得还是挺多不同的，就是这边演员比较开放，比较自由，大家的创造力会特别，想象力天马行空。这是一个，然后第二个就说这个算了，好吧？
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. So on top of his mind, he thinks that the local performance here is so creative, and the rhythm and the spiritual things really inspire him a lot. That is so different and combined. When he back in China, it's totally different vibe here.
And Jessie and Rosie, how have you guys found working on this project, and what skills do you guys bring to it specifically?
I found it really interesting because I come from a background of dance for 12 years. So coming into this, it's been really interesting under Noah's direction, straying away from just doing everything as a dancer and trying to completely wipe that out of the way I move. It's been a really interesting process. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and it's been a good experience for me trying to find a different way to move to what I usually do.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's been a really interesting experience, particularly physically. My background's in martial arts, so there's a lot more there's different sorts of flow.
Yep.
Particularly working with rhythm, which is it's a new thing for me. It's interesting when when you're sort of moving around on your own, you sort of dictate your own internal rhythms. And then when you add something like music and someone who can play so well like John, there's this really interesting merging of internal and external rhythm that really fuels the movement in such an interesting way. But before this is the first thing I've ever done that doesn't have a spoken script. So composing this and putting this together has been such a...
So there's no text at all. It is 100% physical theatre.
Entirely silent.
Fantastic. Which martial arts do you do?
Oh, I'm a black belt in Shotokan karate.
Okay, so that's a Japanese one, isn't it?
Yeah.
A Japanese influence one. Interesting. So Noah, do you find that Jesse's body works differently because of his martial arts background?
Sure. So Noah，就是您觉得就是会不会 Jesse 他的那个武术的背景，让他的身体跟别的演员有所不同，就是让您感受到作为演员，作为导演。
是的，因为Jesse 实际上有他自己武术的这些特点和魅力，然后结合他又是一个非常好的演员，所以我们在尝试把这两个融合之后，就会非常的完美。然后加上 Rosie， 她也是舞蹈技术非常棒，然后通过舞蹈再加上本来的我们的情节性的表演也非常有趣，然后再加上欧丽，我们三位演员其实是一个非常非常好的搭配。在搭配之上，再加上壮对于中国音乐跟这边音乐都非常了解，就是我们现在在做中西方这件事儿，特别舒服，这件事情非常棒。
Sure. So yes, 100% sure. So Jesse's own, I mean, he has his own body. I mean, especially the movement is kind of the power he expresses so different and so unique, and it's really attract. So from Noah's point of view, it's really unique. And however, I mean, it really increased the whole team's atmosphere. So combine John's music and also Rosie from a ballet dance point of view, is very doubled. So really increase the whole.
That should be so exciting to watch because the sort of the whole concept of strength and power and beauty between ballet and martial arts, they both have them. It's just kind of, it does come from a different place. So I can't wait to see it. So speaking of can't wait to see it, when's it on? How do people get to see it?
Well, okay, we're going to do live streaming. So going to through Melbourne Fringe digital platform. So it's 25th to 28th. So it's kind of please type in our word a stone throw through the Melbourne Fringe website. So and it's pay what you feel. So just feel free to just hope you guys enjoy the show. And it will be good. Keep your eyes on. Thank you.
And what are the dates?
It's November 25 to 28, 4 days. Yeah, and all live go digital and live streaming.
Have you guys done the live streaming yet? Have you done a run through of the live streaming?
Not yet, no.
No, we're not going to do that yet.
I recommend you do it because I have discovered tonight there are things that I still don't know that have to do with bit rates. So just so you guys know, I am recording this as well. So I will actually edit down a recording that will go back on the website after this, and I'll send you your excerpt so you'll have it for your archives.
Awesome.
But yeah, having just experienced this tonight, there's something about bit rates you have to figure out. But it's all good. It's all good. It's not like this has never happened to me before. Okay, so we're going to move on to the program now. And we're into the monologue part of our evening again. And we're going to begin with Gillian Scott's. She's written 2 monologues for us this evening. She's going to perform this first one.
I don't think they really realised that their actions were like a punch in the face. Oh, they wouldn't actually punch me in the face. I don't mean that they're violent, of course not. They just didn't acknowledge me. How hard would it have been for them to just wait with me for a few moments? I mean, I was invisible. I'm meant to be their friend. I just needed a moment to think. Oh, maybe a bit more than a moment. I mean, I didn't realise that unfriending on Facebook was so hostile. Apparently it's really hostile and I should have, well, unfollowed them for 30 days or moved them to acquaintances or something. I didn't know that though. I just needed to think. I just needed to think. Was I actually a good enough friend for them? Was I a good friend for them? Maybe not. In which case, I should stay gone. Oh, I was just so bloody annoyed with them for doing what they did. You know what? You know what helps me? Writing it down. I'm going to write it down. Oh, I don't think I can send that. I sound like a whinger. But you know what? It's actually completely fair. I'll just delete it. Whoa, whoops. Oh, God, now I've sent it. Oh, well, you never know. They might actually understand. They might understand and I might get an apology. You never know. Oh, they didn't understand. They did not understand at all. The situation is exactly what the phrase wrong end of the stick was coined for.
Yeah. So Gillian, that was really wonderful. Tell us about that monologue. What inspired that one?
Oh, just life.
It's life.
Yeah. It's, just crap that happens to me,
So Gillian, you now have this new site where you're publishing your stories. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Oh, sure. There's a couple of sites I've published on both Medium and Vocal, and I'm Gillian Leslie Scott for that. And there's monologues, mostly on Medium, it's monologues and just stories, and on the other one, Vocal, it's just all sorts of stories, really, about different things, anything from workplace bullying to being an old person and how do we cope being old people and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's interesting.
Cool.
I enjoyed
and there's one you're on, I think it's Vocal or something, and you actually get paid per view. So if people...
That's right. Yes, please.
Yeah,
People do read my stories. I get like not point of a US dollar every time you use it. So yeah, that would be lovely.
So in 100 years you might earn $5.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Okay, well, moving on with the program. Before we go into our next monologue, I'm going to play you it's actually the concept video for another Fringe show that's on, produced by a company. I have reviewed their work before because, for those who don't know, I'm also a theatre reviewer. I have a site, What Did She Think? And I haven't reviewed anything for months because there hasn't been any theatre in Melbourne, but now that we all are in digital land, things are getting exciting again. Now, this company is called Ponycam. I have a feeling that wasn't the name when I reviewed them, but they did this show called Chook at the Butterfly Club. Anyone remember the Butterfly Club? Oh, it feels so long ago. And in their media release, they have quoted my review where I said they're not afraid to go wherever their scary minds take them. So here is, I'm going to just play you this thing and then I'll tell you a bit more about their show. bit sad. So I'm going to just tell you what it says in the media release. So the really exciting about this particular show is that it comes to your letterbox. So you register through Melbourne Fringe, and then a few days later in your letterbox you get a USB stick, and you plug it into your computer, and it's all made on PowerPoint. And they describe a red square as a struggle for love and meaning. Geometric shapes are anthropomorphized, brought together, and torn asunder in PowerPoint that is as absurd as it is gut-wrenching, which sounds fantastic. It's participatory, so you engage with the event. They say it's South Park. Oh, sorry, I'm spitting. It's the Long Island iced tea. South Park meets Greek tragedy meets bedtime story in a terrifying testament to human empathy. Well, there's a statement you don't hear all the time. A terrifying testament to human empathy. Woo. Oh, somebody sent me a message. Do I need to read it? I will. Yes. Okay. Yes. Sorry, Zoomsters. Sadly, you didn't get to see it because this is how OBS works. I'm in two minds about it right now. So Ponycam is basically a group of theatre makers that graduated from VCA. I think it was 2019. I think it was the end of last year. It might have been the year before, but I think it was the group last year. And I think it looks really exciting. And I know from my seeing their stage show that these guys have minds that go places that other people's don't. So this is running theoretically from the 14th to the 29th of November. The times you can go is whenever you dang want once you've received your USB stick. So, and it's $17.50, which for a show that comes to you is a really good price.
Life lessons can arise in the most unexpected situations. Any number of self-help articles will tell you you aren't your emotions. I only began reading these articles late in life. Before that, it hadn't occurred, and that was definitely me, very sensitive, hugely reactive, a worrier. I'd never really paid too much attention to who or what I am. And having managed to get to the age of 55, I thought that whatever it is that I am, it's now rusted on. My emotions ran me. I made it my mission, for the most part, to strenuously avoid anything or anyone that could conceivably churn these up. I just had to stay safe, 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 safe. It's 4 years ago now. But something occurred that made me really, and I mean really, look at who I was and what I was doing. Probably the best thing that I got from these events was a sharper appreciation for all I had already right in front of me. But I had to recognize how much I had got in my own way. I admired the controlled fortitude of another. But although there was no doubt I could benefit from some of that control, it would put me on a collision course with some very jarring wake-up calls. Though very much younger than me, this person demonstrated a rigid determination and brushed aside sadness, or so it seemed, by not giving a fuck. And again, there are plenty of self-help books that would advocate that that's a great mindset to cultivate. And I wanted some of that, while still mired in my own very unhelpful patterns. I was in that painful spot of knowing that some of the things I was thinking, doing, and yes, feeling were ridiculous, or at the very least not beneficial to me or my friendships and relationships. But seemingly I was so stuck in the quicksand of my entrenched patterns, I just couldn't, it seems, stop myself. Does any of that sound familiar? Anyway, without going into details, which looking back on it are almost laughable, I had certainly set myself up to be judged with my actions and words misconstrued. I lost a friend. I chose to lose that friendship. But from the outside looking in, I hope they felt that they were choosing. The last thing I ever wanted was to injure the feelings of this person. My treatment of them wasn't really that great, but they were the controlled one, the sensible one. So weighing everything up, they were going to be the last ever casualty of my feelings-based reactionary behaviour. If it was possible to get a degree in the machinations of one's own mind, colliding with the bullshit rules of society and a healthy dose of being overdramatic, I'd actually have a PhD right now. I've made a huge effort over the past few years to understand and heal issues that have been brought to light by these events. Not everything was my fault, but I own my own patterns and beliefs caused me pain and others pain. And quite frankly, to hell with that. I've got what, if I'm lucky, a small number of decades left compared to the number that have already gone by. I won't rabbit on about being a better person than I've been in the past, because I believe I am a decent person. Being more mindful might be a more useful way to put it. I am what I am, and I actually like a lot about what I am, but I don't have to keep anything that's not telling me or helping me to do my best by others.
So, Gillian, this was written by you again. Talk to us about this one.
Yeah, basically, I'm an idiot in life, so, you know. I just think...
No, I like the revelation at the end, that idea that you aren't slave to your emotions.
Yeah, well, but the point is that certainly I have been. So,
yes.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are like that and don't really realize that they can be different.
Yeah, I think we're all like that. I think it's one of those things where it's one of those challenges you have to set yourself forever, is this try and control your emotions. And you never do, but, you know...
I could have done it bloody years ago, though, you know. Anyway.
And Maree, what did you... what was your response to this monologue when I sent it to you?
Oh, look, I absolutely... You know, actually everything in there is poignant to me. I mean, look, emotions. Yeah, for most of my life, I actually let my emotions overwhelm. And I wasn't thinking, you know, I was thinking emotions, and I wasn't thinking strategically. I wasn't managing my emotions. And also, you know, about things happen with friends, these crises, and you learn a lot from them. But yeah, but no, it's very, very on point, especially with, you know, people who've got to a certain point, you know, over 40, especially women, but probably men as well. But obviously we're able to intuitively, I'm not saying men aren't intuitive, but they are. But we can we can assess everything that happened and hopefully never repeat it. So
I think there's an entire...
But I like, no, it's great. So I
I think there's an entire history of humanity that says that women aren't better at that than men, but I take your point. Maybe it's the multitasking thing, but yeah, I think women might maybe try harder, but I don't think we're more successful. Okay. But no, that's great. Okay, so people may have noticed that Joe and Michael have joined us in the Zoom room. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi guys. Thanks for having us. Sorry we're late.
You came just in time because we're going to do the improv. And tonight's improv is actor switch. So the way this improv works is that two actors start a scene, and then I will call a change, and then two people continue the scene, take it wherever they want it to go, so on and so on. Now, just because we're a Zoom and we have to be a little bit more formal than others, who wants to be the first pair? I'm going to nominate you if you don't volunteer. Okay, Joe and Damien. Joe and Damien, you're up first. And then we're going to have Jessie and Gillian. And then we're going to have Maree and John. And then we're going to have... Noah's probably going to struggle with this because of the English, yes? Okay, so then we're going to have Damien and Olivia. Okay, so first couple. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just do my movie magic. I don't know why we can't hear it. Anyway, it just happened. Trust me. Okay, go.
Hello, hello. Hello. Anybody home?
I'm home. How are you?
Oh, yeah, not too bad. Had a hell of a day. Don't even start me.
I'm going to take the risk and start you. What made your day so hell?
No, I said don't eat me. Oh, well, no, as I said, don't even start me. It's the fact that I actually had to get up this morning and do people and do life. But, you know, I'm here now. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, I'll have a few of these, actually. Mm.
So what happened with all these people?
Oh, well, they were peopling me, weren't they? They were talking to me. It was a little bit too much for the old girl. Jeez. I'm feeling it now, dude. I'm feeling it now.
Oh, look, you have my sympathies. I've had to deal with people who were peopling me as well. Some of them even expected me to smile at them.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drink.
Change.
Thanks,
Smile? God. It's not as if they could even see my bloody smile, is it? Because I've had this damn mask on and my face is getting redder and redder. What am I supposed to do?
There's another one, man. It's the people and the tree. You, mask wearing? Really? It's horrible. It's fucking terrible, man.
It's like being buried alive. Listen, don't upset yourself. No. Just poke your nose out a wee bit when you have to, you know? They'll never notice.
Why aren't you drinking with me yet? I thought
somebody will come up and say to you, put your nose away. So look.
What's wrong with my nose?
I didn't say there was anything wrong with your nose. I just said...
Fucking get up today. You're fucking telling me my nose is shit. God damn it.
Got me wrong. See, guys, they just don't listen. See, you got completely wrong. Completely wrong. I'm just saying it makes it easier for you to breathe.
I just wanted you to drink with me, man.
Your nose is beautiful, son. Honestly.
Change.
Woke up this morning,
I had those mask on my face blues. Woke up this morning, I had those mask on my face blues. I got nothing left but to sit there and watch the evening news. How was your day, Sam? Tell me about it. Anybody? Woke up this morning, I had those masks on my face blues.
Change.
Well, yeah, it's just the dealing with the people and the tricks and the facial effects of your mask. We all just need a holiday, don't we? A holiday from life, a holiday from this work holiday that was forced on us.
Mhm.
As soon as we can, I'm gonna take a holiday, maybe wander across a golf course. I don't play golf, but it'll be different from where I'm at the moment. What are you gonna do?
That was fantastic, and I think okay, so enough of my really dodgy singing. It is time to head back to Sara-Rose for a real song which was inspired by the Singapore Sling. Take it away.
I have a question, answer me now. What would it take for the world to stop turning round? Could this be our last night on earth? So tell me, baby, what's it really worth? High above the city skyline, floating enveloped by the stars. We don't make no plans, let's just see what comes to pass. Mercury flies closer on his wings. Let's give it all up for one night and do the Singapore Sling. There are certain things we're expected to do. The truth is, I don't feel like I do. We have different ideas of fun, but on this night, our future has just begun. High above the city skyline, floating enveloped by the stars. We don't make no plans, let's just see what comes to pass. Mercury flies closer on his wings. Let's give it all up for one night and do the Singapore Sling. High above the head, my head is spinning round and around. Feels as if my feet will never touch the ground. Future's not promised to anyone. When it's all over, will you be proud of what you've done? High above the city skyline, floating enveloped by the sun. We don't make no plans, let's just see what comes to pass. Mercury flies closer on his wings. So let's give it all up for one night and do the Singapore Sling. Give it all up for one night and do the Singapore.
Ah, that was so beautiful. I can't believe you can write such amazing, amazing music just with a little bit of a prompt.
Yes.
I think that is such an incredible talent. I just
Everyone's disappeared into my background.
well, that's okay. That I mean, you always do, to be honest.